Let's go. How we feeling? Happy day after Halloween. How was your Halloween, Coach Ryan? Was it good?
What's happening, baby? Hey, here we are. We're back on a Friday. Halloween, it got rained out. Halloween got rained out.
So it's tonight.
And so it's tonight. So I get baby Aria going out tonight in her little lion costume. Actually, I don't think we're going to go out. We're going to let people come to us, and we're going to give all the candy away. All the candy's going away from our house. We're going to give it all away.
Gotta get rid of the candy.
So if one person shows up, they're getting a whole bunch of candy. If a lot of people show up, they're getting a little bit of candy. But, hey, getting rid of it. That's the number one thing. So today, we're going to jump right into it because we got 5 things for you today. 5 things, 5 mindset shifts. It's a hard thing to say sometimes. Mindset shifts for you that you can begin making today. Now, they're not always going to be easy. These mindset shifts are going to, that's a hard word to say. It's going to take some challenge. It's going to be a challenge in of itself. It's going to be a process. It's going to be a process, and you're going to start off, and it's going to be really, really uncomfortable, and you're going to be like, I don't like this stuff, Ryan. I don't like this stuff, Jesse. But as you get better at it, as you keep doing it, you're going to get better. Carly, you want candy? You better get your mind right.
How was regionals?
You better get your mind right. No candy for you. We got big goals. We got big visions, and ain't no time for candy.
No time.
Unless it's a Reese's peanut butter cup.
You can have one of those. Is that your favorite candy?
In the freezer. You can have that.
Reese's peanut butter?
You can have that.
That's your favorite candy?
I do like some Reese's.
I'm a big peanut butter dude. So
I do like some Reese's. So besides that, what's happening, Will? I see you popping on there. If you're popping on, let us know you're there. Sometimes Instagram and Facebook, they don't let us know who's actually on. So type in, say, hey, I'm here. Wave at us, give us a thumbs up or something like that, because we want to know. We want to know who's watching. So here we go. We're going to dive in. First mindset shift that we can begin making. No backup plans. No backup plans. We want you to live your life with no backup plan. Now, what do I mean by this? Everybody generally will sit there and say, I want to be good at this or I want to be good at that. But, we sit there and we have a fallback plan. I don't like this mindset anymore. Like I have this new thought, this new vision, right? And I've got it from a book that I'm reading, and I love the title of this book. It's by a guy by the name of Bo Eason. And it's called There's No Plan B for Your A Game. There's no plan B for your A game. And I just love the thought of that. Like, if you want something great, why settle for anything less? Let's keep pushing. Let's keep going. Let's keep growing until we get there, right? So I think sometimes we set ourselves up for failure when we say, I want to get straight A's, but I'm okay. 1 B is okay. Or, whatever it is. Like, we start justifying to ourselves. So that's kind of the first thought process there. Step number 1, mindset shift you can make is get rid of those, get rid of the plan Bs. Get rid of all those backup plans. And did I just see on there that Carly qualified for state, my team, and I qualified for state?
That's incredible news, Carly.
Got 18th. That's what I'm talking about.
That fires me up. That fills my cup up. That's
tell me about how miserable that race probably was, and all that rain and wind and mud. Get some. I like that.
Great.
I love it. Joyce, hey, Jesse, good to see you in the front of the bus.
You're on the front of the bus. Pasiga. How are you,
there we
Grandma
go.
Pasiga? What's
Getting
happening?
on the front of the bus and what's happening. Good to see you guys. Fitzpatrick clan right there. There we go. Where's Coach Joey? Hey, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth on there. Yeah, Coach Joey, he's out getting a house inspected. So or he's doing some bicep curls. One of the two. I'm not 100% sure. I think he's out doing some biceps because his arms are getting a little bit tiny.
Most likely doing bicep curls.
He needs to.
Back to that kind of that backup plan talk.
Yeah.
Though. It's really easy when it's okay to it's not okay, but so say you don't hit the goal that you want to hit. We are like, okay, well, maybe I'm not meant for this. I'm just going to settle for something else. And that's something that we do. And that's that's an easy thing to do. I've done that before. I've fell victim to that before. But I've learned from that. You know what I mean? It's like, instead of going all right, maybe I'll settle for something else. No, take a step back. What do you need to do better and take action on it? You know what I mean? Instead of going oh, I didn't quite make it to where I wanted to be, so I'm going to settle for less.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For instance, I'm in an online grad class right now, and I'm taking some classes that are pretty tough, and man, my brain feels like spaghetti. And I had a goal to get all A's by the end of the year. And I came up short in my last class. I got an 85B, and I was like, oh, my God, I didn't get it. I was really, really upset with that, really upset with myself a little bit. But instead of like beating myself up and be like, all right, I'm going to settle for all B's, I'm still trying to get A's in these classes. You know what I mean? At least finish with A's. So it's like that's a little example right there that I'm kind of going through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't change your standard. You don't change what you're shooting for, right? I think sometimes in business and in life, we start adjusting what we're shooting for so nobody feels bad. Like, oh, well, we were shooting for this, but we didn't quite get there. So, we're just happy with this. We're going to adjust it so everybody hits their goal. No, forget that. Forget that. Like, keep shooting for that goal. And if somebody's feelings are hurt, you know what? Oh, well, let's learn. Let's grow from it.
And
We're not here just to make everybody feel good. We're here to do great things, especially if you have big goals, right?
And think about teams too. Like a team has a tough loss. As a team, that's an opportunity to like, all right, let's take a step back. What do we need to do as a team? And how do we need to take action as a team? Or you can do the opposite. Oh, we took a loss. Maybe we'll put our foot off the pedal. You know what I mean?
Yes. Let's keep pushing. Like Grandma says, keep reaching for the stars.
That's right.
I like that. So you slipped right. I'm going to go through some of these comments real quick. Carly, that race was so miserable. They made changes to the course, so there were even more hills than last time. Good.
I love hills.
You like more hills.
I'm going to run some hills today, Carly.
Good.
Either some hills or push a sled around.
There we go. There we go. Good. More hills.
You got me fired up, Carly. I appreciate you.
Hey, but what'd you do? You persevered. We talked about visualizing that race beforehand. You visualized it. You slipped. You fell down. You got back up. You didn't quit, and that's the big thing. You never want to quit. Don't ever allow that slip and fall, whether it's in business, whether it's in life, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in whatever. Don't let the slip and fall keep you down. Get right back up. Find a plan. There is a path, and get going on it. It might be a hard path, but get back on the path. I'm in the 220 when I woke up, so that's 21 pounds down. Way to go, Case.
That's great.
Proud of you. Yeah, small down. It's cold.
It is cold.
It's
cold right now.
It's a little chilly. It's like 40 degrees out. So there we go. There we go.
It is a little
so
cold.
number one mindset, no backup plans. No more backup plans. We're shooting for the stars. We're going to get there. We're going to keep going until we get there. Step number 2, mindset shift. Number 2, saying you want to be the best is okay. I see this all the time where people will dumb down their dreams to be acceptable by everybody, to everybody. No, forget that. If you want to be the best, forget that.
Forget that.
Shoot for the stars. If you want to be the best, it's okay to say, I want to be the best at somebody. It's okay to say, I want to be the best strength and conditioning coach.
Right.
It's okay to sit there and say, we want to have the best gym. I want to be the best speaker. I want to be the best. It's okay to do that. I know the world right now has this kind of connotation of like, oh, well, that's really egotistical of you to say that. Why? Why? Go be the best. It's okay. Everybody's like, well, if you start acting like the best, you're going to start getting really egocentric and all this stuff.
I disagree with that. If you start acting like the best, you're going to be even more humble.
Absolutely. Because to be the best, it starts with being humble.
Exactly.
And guess what? Generally, the people who are the best aren't out there talking about it. They're out there just going and doing stuff.
Doing that action.
They're taking action. They're doing stuff when nobody else is watching. They're doing the right thing when nobody else is watching. So start acting like the best. If you want to be the best, start acting like the best. And it's okay to say that. You want to be on the best team in the world? Go do it. You want to be the best rugby player in the world? Go do it. You want to be the best runner? Go do it.
Do it.
Whatever it is. I mean, think about we talk about Usain Bolt in here last week, right? We talked about that, and he ran for 115 seconds in the Olympics, made $119 million. And everybody's like, oh my goodness, that's so much money, right? That's so much money, over $1 million a second. No, they don't take into account the 20 years of hard work that he put in before that, wanting to be the best. They just say, oh no, he's just fast. No, he put 20 years of hard work in to be able to run for those 115 seconds. So, it's not like that, but it's okay. Go be the best. If you want to be the best, shoot for it. Go be the best.
I think that really that Usain Bolt example really segues into our third one.
Absolutely. Go ahead and let them know. What's mindset? It's mindset shift.
Practice should be the hardest part. You want to make practice so hard that the games are easy.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And think about it. Usain Bolt, he actually, his running that he did was, compared to his practice, is probably affinity times more running in practice than he actually ran in his races. You know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe that's over exaggerating the number, but it's a lot more time.
I mean, he ran the 100-meter dash, right? But he ran miles and miles and miles and miles and miles over those 20 years to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Right? So make practice. John Wooden, one of the greatest coaches of all time, that's what he would say. He would say, make practice the hardest part. That's the time where coaches get their time to go make you better as the athlete.
Yeah.
Make it hard. If you're not working outside of your capacity, right? If we're in here training, right? This is something I did. I worked out with one of our guys this morning, and he was sucking wind because I was pushing him. I said, hey, how much time do you need? How many more seconds of rest do you need? And he said, I don't know, like 30 seconds. I said, okay, good. We're going in 20. We're going in 15.
I love that.
Work outside of your capacity, right? Because if 30 seconds is what you need, that means that's where your capacity is at. So we're going to start earlier than that. So for your workouts, for your workouts today, man, if you think you need 30 seconds break, go 20. Go at 20. Just go a little bit sooner than you really want to. Work outside of that capacity, and that's how you're going to get better. That's how you're going to push. And I'll tell you what, he was sucking some wind. I was sucking some wind, but it was good. We were pushing each other. We were making each other better, and that's how you do it. Bob, that's right. Success comes after work, and that's why you make practice so hard, Bob, because you want to have that success after all the hard work is done. You don't get better just playing the game or competing. Competing's paramount, but you can compete with yourself each and every day in the weight room, on the practice field. Make every single rep matter. Make it count, and make it harder than it will be actually in the game.
Yeah, and I would say to piggyback that, practice should be the hardest part, and kind of like adding on to that third step is like find a way to love the tough stuff. You know what I mean? Find a way to love practice and just embrace the grind that comes with it. You know what I mean? Because that's where I feel like not where I feel like I know and I feel it is where you grow the most is through the tough stuffs and through the crucibles that we face.
I like that word.
You know what I mean?
I like that word.
That's what it's all about right there, baby.
That's right. Boom. There we go. So number one, no backup plans today. No more backup plans. Only your A game. That's what we're bringing each and every day. Number two, saying you want to be the best, that's okay. We just have to go out and do it then. Number three, practice should be the hardest part. Make your practices harder. Work outside of your capacity. That's the mindset shift I want you to do. Don't just work until you're comfortable and then ready to go. No, go a little bit sooner.
And then some.
Do that and then some. Go a little bit sooner. Number four,
I love it.
I want you to set up your own obstacles. Set up your own obstacles. But Ryan, like, obstacles are hard. Obstacles are they're difficult. They're all this. Yeah, that's exactly the point. That's exactly the point. I love reading about people who climb Mount Everest and things like that because I think it's such a good visual for the way that it should be done, right? There's no way, even climbing Mount Everest, it's like a hike just to get to base camp. And then they have to spend time there and climatize and get their body used to the weather and the air. And so just getting to like the beginning is a hard thing, right? It's a process. It takes time. And you don't just go up Everest like that. No, it's a process. It keeps on rolling. It keeps on going. Keeps on pushing up further and further and further up that mountain, right? So set up your own obstacles. If you decide to go up Everest, you're going to have a lot of big obstacles because you set such a massive goal. You just want to climb the little hill over there. Well, probably not too many obstacles there, but I'm going to argue that you're growing a whole lot more if it's an Everest-sized goal than just a little rolling hill type goal, right? You got to get out of that comfort zone, work outside of that capacity. Boom. Will, hey, coach, you got any time to throw some BP today? I don't know. I might have some time to throw some BP. I got to make sure I'm home in time for trick-or-treating, but we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do, baby. I like that. You're going to be having them shaky legs today, and I like it. Let's go. Let's go. So, number four, setting up your own obstacles, Mount Everest. And then number five, I don't know if you've ever heard this saying before. I like it, though. I just came up with it, I think, like 5 minutes ago. It's called cherish the challenge.
Wow, that's the
cherish
first
the
time
challenge.
I've ever heard that.
Have you ever heard that?
Mind-blowing.
That's a mind-blowing saying. Mind-blowing. No,
it's mind-blowing.
That's what we've been, putting on our bands, snapping our bands, get our minds right. I want you to cherish the challenge. Start looking at those challenges as something that you're leaning into, that you love, that you embrace it. Like I got it right from James 1:2, right? Where he's talking about being excited for all the trials that are in your life because it's an opportunity to grow and to persevere. Right there. We need to start looking at the challenges in our life as those obstacles that we're setting up to grow. What kind of challenges you got going on, Jess? You got any challenges?
Oh, of course. I mean,
grad school?
Yeah, but I mean, that to me, that's a big get to.
That's a get to. Yeah.
You could, something that Crucible has helped, and I'm here as a coach, has helped me so much in my life. Any challenge that you say, I can flip it into a get to. At the end of the day, it might be hard to flip it to a get to, but being able to turn your have tos to get tos.
So like you have to do homework, or you get to do homework.
I get to learn about what I want to be the best in the world at.
I have to pay the rent, or I get to pay the rent.
I get to pay the rent. That's a beautiful thing, to be able to pay the rent.
Yeah.
Or even it could be anything. It could be, You know, it's like
I have to work out. I get to work out.
I get to work out. It's my favorite thing to do in the whole wide
Boom.
world. I mean, you could literally flip any challenge that you're facing and to get to. And it could even be something tough, like something that really sucks. Like it could be a loved one that you got to take care of. You know what I mean?
You get to take care
But you get to serve them. You get to serve somebody you care about. And at the end of the day, that's a beautiful thing, but you're sharing a moment with somebody you care about, and that's something extremely special. You know what I mean? So it's things like that, and being able to flip your mindset. That can take you to some really special places.
I like that.
And I would say, you know, I heard something the other day. It's like kids. I feel like kids are they start to quit when things get tough. You know what I mean? When I'm failing my first year of school and it's tough. I'm not maybe getting enough playing time. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, well, instead of quitting then, keep going. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, so it's getting tough. We're facing a crucible here. We're facing a challenge. This is an opportunity to grow because if you can figure out to get from there to where you need to be, to getting that playing time, to getting the grades you need to be, man, you just grew a whole lot. And then you're going to be able to tell a story to help somebody who's going to be in your shoes a couple years down the road.
Yeah, and I think
you know what I mean?
The big thing is you have to remember what your declaration is. What is that big goal that you're shooting for, right? Realizing the bigger the goal, again, if you set an Eversize goal, you're going to go up against some big things like that. And you have to remember what that goal was or what that declaration is. If you say you want to be the best, that means nobody's in front of you, right? That means you got to be better than everybody else. That is a huge thing. It's okay to shoot for that, but expect huge obstacles to come along the way, right?
Yeah.
But when they come, just like Jesse's saying, get excited about it, lean into it. You know, maybe not get excited about it, but like be thankful for the opportunity to grow, right? And maybe it takes leveling up who you're around. Maybe it takes leveling up your nutrition. Maybe it takes leveling up your mindset, what you're actually putting in your mind, instead of like watching the news every night where they tell you the world's coming to an end. Instead, you watch Crucible TV on replay on YouTube,
TV,
right? You know, you get your mind right, whatever it is, or you listen to a podcast, or you read a book, or whatever it is, right? You might have to start making some changes in your life to set your environment up to make sure that you're in a good mindset, you're doing all these good things.
I'd like to leave with this last point here. Is anybody here watching, anyone in the whole world, you deserve great things in your life. And you deserve to be the best version of yourself. And when you go for the best version of yourself, things are going to come and happen that are going to discourage you to go and be the best person that you can be, or do something that's good for you that fills your cup up. Don't let those whispers, those bad whispers, discourage you from something that's really great for you. That's something that's a big mindset shift, because there's a lot of times, and we talk about it a lot too, where I get this thinking like, man, do I deserve this blessing in my life? Do I really deserve this? Like, you know, and like that's not a good enough reason to let something go. You know what I mean? And
as soon as you set that Eversize goal, what's the first thing that's going to happen? You're going to tell yourself you're not worthy of it, right? So if you start hearing that, kind of like punch it in the face and use it as fuel to say, okay, good, that's a good scary goal. I'm on the right path. Remind yourself that you're on the right path. And it's going to be scary and it's going to be uncomfortable, and that just means you need to get around better people, get around a good mentor, get around somebody that can help you and serve you on that path. So boom, there we go. You guys are awesome. So proud of you, Jesse. Keep killing it at school.
Thanks, Mama Dawn. I appreciate it.
That's Mama Dawn right there. She's crushing
it.
There she is. She crushed it this morning, just so you know.
Did she really? How many MEPs you get, Mama Dawn?
250.
250? That's bananas. That's crazy.
I was in first place in the My Zone Challenge for less than an hour.
For November.
November 1st.
Watch out, November 1st. I've been waiting for the first day of the month.
Yep.
We got to get this My Zone working.
Boom. You got to get your My Zone working.
I got to get my zone working. Watch out. Today's a good day to start getting back on the My Zone train.
There we go. So let's do a quick recap. Number one, no backup plans.
That's right.
Number two, it's okay to be the best. It's okay to shoot for the best. Number three, practice should be the hardest part, right? Practice should be the hardest part. Number four, set up your own obstacles. That Mount Everest mindset, right? If we're going to shoot for something big, you're going to set up your own obstacles. We're determining what the obstacles are. And then step number five, cherish the challenge. Boom.
Boom.
There we go. Hey, that's all we got today. We're keeping a nice short 20 minutes today for you. I mean, that's not that short, but it's a good mindset
20
shift there for
minutes
you.
of energia.
If this helps you out, comment in. Be like, man, I'm going to get on one of these mindset shifts, or I'm going to challenge my family to get on one of these. Do it together. Like, hold each other accountable. Help each other. If you think this is going to help somebody, share it with somebody. Share it on Facebook. We got it on YouTube. This is going to be up on YouTube. We got it on our Facebook page. Like, share it. Let people know. Like, help them just by sharing knowledge. Knowledge is a good thing. Go share it with people. So,
Yeah.
Boom. That's all I got.
Appreciate you guys.
We'll be back next Friday, 12:30. If you have any topics, anything you want to like really hear about, shoot us a message. We would love to tackle right head on anything that you are all about, wanting to hear about. Boom. Take it easy, guys. Love y'all. Have an amazing Friday.
Let's go. Friday.
See you guys.
Peace.
See you, Facebook. Boom.